What's going on, guys? It's GBP baby. Welcome back to another video. Hope everybody's doing well. Hopefully you've watched yesterday's video, and yeah, let's dive straight into things. So you can see we had an expansion to the upside, which was not what I was anticipating. If you've been watching my videos since Sunday, you'll know that I was expecting us to find rejection at this level and to continue on lower. However, we've had quite a clean reversal, so to speak, and now we're back above this volume imbalance. Now this volume imbalance is pretty relevant to me because on Monday you can see, well, on Sunday, so to speak, I'm going to go down to the 1 hour. You can see here how we tapped into that fan rejection, traded lower, and then only today we traded through it very aggressively too, and then we just dropped down into this fair value gap which was created. But this kind of movement with this much what's the word, vim so to speak, is considered displacement. So I don't want to be too quick to jump to conclusions, again, with us being so early in September, but the fact that we're back above this volume imbalance, if price manages to stay above here, there's no reason for us not to remain bullish and expect that our next target will be these highs here and here. So I'm going to drop back up to the 4 hour, and again you can see it's clear displacement as prices ran out all of these highs. And then what's also caught my attention is the way that, if I look at this data here, you can see that this is a significant drop here between this high and this low, and we've tapped into that. So if we look at this as a breaker, a low, a high, a low, a low, and look at the last up closes, which is up here, you can see that we've tapped into that slightly right here. So I'm now looking at price moving into London session tomorrow to see if we're going to continue to see respect of this blue level, basically. And so long as this stays respected, I'm happy to start expecting that this high will get ran. But just because my bias wasn't necessarily, don't get me wrong, I understand that if we are going to create some kind of high in September, it needs to happen at some point. So this may be price simply doing that. But because it's not in line with my bias, which I had on Sunday, I'm probably going to take my time and not be rushing into anything too crazy just yet. But yeah, right now, for me, it all depends on whether we continue to respect this volume imbalance, which should trade on both sides off. So I'm going to clear the charts just to make things a bit clearer. And we're going to go back to the daily, and I'm just going to mark out a few things, because as you can see, we're still in this very, very, very closed consolidation. So it's making things difficult in general, especially when we're not getting expansion in the direction that we originally anticipated. But again, here's that volume imbalance. So let's just get that delineated. And then I'm going to get rid of the middle line like so. And then when we drop down to the 4 hour, you can see again how we found support on that as well. So as far as I'm concerned, there's no need for us to necessarily go back to the other side of it. I'm pretty happy with price wandering to the upside. Don't get me wrong, we might not take out this high, say tomorrow, for example. It might be Thursday, but we might find some very high resistance movement as we do travel into that. But in terms of where we are, liquidity wise, I'll be looking for any kind of external liquidity, and in this trading range, this is the high which I'll be looking for us to move towards if we are to continue to the upside. So let me just get that marked out as buy side liquidity. But right now, guys, I'm not very confident. So like any kind of trading that I am taking place in, it's going to be very low risk, if at all, because again, it didn't align with my bias, so I tend to stay pretty wary. One thing that also has to hold price, if it is going to continue higher, is going to be this bullish order block as well. So it'll be interesting to see how this acts. Let's get this volume marked out. My mouse, I think, is running out of battery. Apologies. I'm going to make this black, and we'll make sure the line is there. And so moving into London session, basically, I'll be looking to see, okay, if we tap into this bullish order block, are we respecting the 50% level? And if we are, and we get a reversal, say at 3 AM, which is classic, then I'll be happy to go short on the other pairs. So obviously pound and euro, whilst dollar expands, assuming we can continue to respect this bullish order block from the was it the 1 hour? From the 1 hour, yeah. So if it can respect that, then I'm happy. But if it starts dipping deeper into it, I don't think I'm going to get involved, because I can imagine it's just going to stay range bound for quite a while. But like I said, if we tap into it and it wants to get out there pretty quickly, I'll be happy to look for longs on dollar with shorts on the pairs. So that's going to be everything for now. I am going to quickly mark out my daily dividers, so bear with me. So here is our daily dividers. I'm going to get the Sunday midnight candle marked out just so that we're aware, and you can see we have already dipped below Sunday opening on Monday, which was a holiday for the US, and then we traded aggressively above it. So again, the fact that we've left the Sunday opening price so aggressively is suggesting to me that it's likely we are going to continue to the upside. And that's where I'm looking at this buy side liquidity now. And like I said, this is looking to me like a breaker in terms of low, high, low, low. We have tapped into that. So really and truly, it's all dependent on how we treat this hourly bullish order block for me right now. Any lower than that, and like I said, it's likely will stay range bound just because of how much volume there is in this movement. Unless, of course, there's even crazier news which sends it right through and just, buries price below Monday's lows straight on Wednesday, which I doubt will happen. So I reckon, yeah, I'm just going to keep an eye on this bullish order block, and then so long as we stay above it and stay within it, I'm happy for us to expect that Tuesday's high may be targeted, if at all, because it's very well possible as well. Look, just thinking about price, that we might just stay range bound, just in the range that we've created between this high here. I need to get a new mouse, and this low, just between this high and this low. Price could very well stay within that range the whole of Wednesday, which won't be ideal. We can't accept movements every day though, but seeing how fast price moves to the upside, there's no reason for us to necessarily anticipate that price is going to completely reverse on itself. So yeah, I'm going to be paying close attention to this and the Asian range, and then seeing how price can use that to then hopefully expand on the back of it. So that's going to be everything on dollar. Let's head on to GBP USD. We'll start here on the daily, and you can see some large displacement on GBP. And then we have a similar kind of behavior in terms of breakers. We've got a high, we've got a low, we've got a higher high. I'm paying very close attention to this low right here. I'm happy for price to trade into it, but I'd like to think as soon as it gets above this level, which I've just marked out, that's where I'd be looking for shorts, assuming that dollar is behaving itself. That's very much where I'd be looking for shorts. I'd also just split this into quarters as well, because we should be able to identify, ideally, some kind of PD array within this range, that if price manages to trade up into it, we can, again, it will look for setups above there. So obviously there's this massive gap on the 4 hour. Let's see if there's anything on the 1 hour. And again, there's just a gap there and a swing high. So there's not really much to go off right now. I do want to look at this displacement. I reckon we will tap into this range, and then again, ideally, price will tap out of it, as it will tap in and tap out and start to continue on lower, and that's when I'll start looking for more lows to get taken, such as the low that was created today. We've already taken out this low, so price is obviously in a rush to get somewhere on pound. That's why we need to go up to the higher time frames and start looking at where it could be moving to, and you can see there's a nice little fair value gap down here that hasn't been touched just yet. So let's get that delineated as a nice, oh my gosh, my mouse. If any of you can recommend some good mouses, that would be handy. So we've got south side, fair value gap right there. Apologies guys, get that marked out. I'm not really too fussed about the middle line off there. I'm just expecting us to rally slightly, and then I'd like us to roll over and start working our way towards that fair value gap. But until then, like I said, there's very much possibility that we might just stay range bound for a bit. And also it depends on how we attack this. So if we run through this high right here quite aggressively, then it's likely we're going to go back up and run out these highs. But if price just keeps with the high resistance as it gets up into this range, because I want to say high resistance, I mean, look at how we're moving. It's very ticky-tacky, back and forth, but it's getting there, right? If it's light and it takes its time to get there, then I'm happy to expect lower prices. But if we get there and it aggressively trades through it, then it's likely we are just going to climb back up on ourselves, and then it'll be looking for relative equal highs, which is why I'm saying right now I'm just being very cautious with it all and not really expecting too much movement off the back of what we had yesterday. So yeah, another thing to take into account. I am going to get the daily dividers here as well. Again, I very much like the way that price has left the Sunday opening price so aggressively. Again, that's pretty hinting to me that we're likely going to be moving to some other kind of level in the discount this week. As in, if we look at the curve that we're currently trading back in towards, as in I'm looking at this range now, it's likely going to pull down into some kind of significant discount. So if we look at this range between this low and this high, and we've just hit the 50% level, that's why we got a little rebound off this range. So I'll be looking for around the 25% level for, where the draw is if we are to continue down, because right now I'm just expecting some kind of run on stops, and then I want to see a continuation if we're going to hit that 75% level off the current trading range. Yeah, but again, I'm probably going to, looking at this, I'm probably going to sit out this week or sit out on Wednesday as well, because it's not the clearest. But yeah, very nice, very interesting. Again, I'm looking at this gap, see if this can hold price. I'm going to make this black as we move into Wednesday, and as I said, ideally price will just want to trade back out of it and head to the downside. So that's going to be everything on pound. I hope that will make sense. Again, very interesting day today, so it'll be interesting to see what tomorrow brings. And let's finally finish up on Euro USD. And we'll look at the daily here. And remember, my original analysis was that I wanted to see price trade higher, but it's completely rejected that idea, which means that we're probably on the hunt for some kind of sell stop. So we do need to be pretty rigid with that in terms of our bias and not try to keep convincing ourselves otherwise. But it's interesting to see nonetheless that we've now traded down into this wick. I'm looking at the 50% level of this wick, 75% level of this wick, and overall this, again, I'm looking at the trading range that we're currently in. Okay, you know, I'm looking at where we're going. We just traded through the 50% level, hit that 75% level. Are we willing to roll over deeper? And if so, on a higher time frame, then it looks like we're coming back into our range, and we'll start looking at these more discount PDRAs. But yeah, the kind of movement we had today, fascinating nonetheless. So let's look at this daily low. Again, similar to what I just identified on GBP, I'm looking at how we tap into it if we do trade into it in the premium. That's where I'd want to be looking for shorting opportunities, assuming we are to continue lower. Let's go to the 4 hour. You can see we've wicked nicely into a fair value gap right there on the 4 hour as well. And then I'm also looking at this large wick that we have here. The highest I want to see price trade ideally is 25%, but I doubt that. Well, then again, let's put the 50% level and the 25% level just for reference sake. When we go down to the low time frames, and now we know we've got a daily low, we've got 25% level off a 4 hour wick and the 50% level of 4 hour wick. So when price trades up into these premiums, again, depending on the time that we reach these levels, and depending on, you know, the kind of behavior, whether we get in a reversal off the back of it, will determine whether I'm willing to trade or not. So we have a nice little swing high right here. We have a bearish order block, so price could very well wander into this. And if it's say 3 o'clock or 3:15 and we're in this nice premium, and then I see some displacement, then that will permit me to then want to trade. I'll put my stop loss, and then I'll expect us to either be running out these lows or maybe even these lows, or it might be one of those weeks where we simply go short once and then we just hold it right through to Thursday or Friday. Especially seeing how aggressive and quickly we ran on the Tuesday and how we just left that Sunday opening price. It doesn't look like we're going to be returning to it like price usually tends to, and because of that, I reckon we might just get a weekly runner when price just keeps going and going. But again, we've got non-farm payroll this week. I'm anticipating a lot of manipulation anyway. I'm pretty sure the president has some kind of speech happening this week. You know, there's a lot of world events as well that are going to affect the markets to the point where, you know, the manipulation is key. So that's another reason I don't want to be too involved. And like I said, this today caught me off guard anyway, so it's already showing red flags. When I'm getting caught off guard this fast, it's showing red flags, and that's when I tend to step away. And I hope you guys do too. Like, you know, if you have a certain idea of what you want to see for the week and then price goes against it, it doesn't mean you have to force yourself into a different bias, or force yourself to trade differently. Or, you know, it's okay to let it go, kind of thing. So make sure to join the Discord, though I am active in there. All the links are in the description. Join the mailing list, and then also make sure to sign up for the membership, because as I said, I got some more content coming. But nonetheless, there's that Sunday opening price. Look at how aggressively price traded away from it, wasting no time at all. And then again, I'm just going to be looking at this down close candle. Really, this down close candle I feel like is very sensitive, especially the way we tapped into it here. We're playing around in it here. Any kind of rally that we see on the Wednesday morning, I'm going to see as a premium for price. And we know it's a premium anyway, because if we look at the current trading range, you see how we're at equilibrium, pretty much at equilibrium. You know, it's created a range. So when we're in premium, assuming we're bearish, and why do we assume we're bearish? Because look at this displacement. Assuming we're bearish, we look at the range, We want to wait for we're in a premium. We want to sell at a premium, and then obviously get out at the discount. But again, easier said than done, and we just need to wait and see. But that's going to be everything, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to drop a like, drop a comment, smash subscribe, blah 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 blah, join everything. And yeah, hopefully you found this insightful, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.